Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I'm a beauty consultant and today I am so very excited because we're reviewing a very new foundation. We have the Saie Beauty Serum Foundation. So I'll be sharing with you about a full day wear test. We'll at least get like 6-7 hours worth of wear, and I'll be sharing with you what this looks like in my studio lighting. Won't be able to share with you what it looks like in my natural lighting because I'm filming very early in the morning, so it's okay though. I've worn this foundation almost 4 days in a row, so I can give you a lot of feedback on this foundation. And of course, at the end of the video, I will share with you who I think this foundation is going to work best for. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it. And let's get right into this video. So first, look how cute Saie Beauty's PR package was. Let me say, the cutest package I've received yet. So it actually has like locks that open up to the inside, and they sent over 2 shades of their new serum foundation, and they also sent over their new foundation brush, which is right here, and I actually do use it today so I can give you feedback on how I like it. And then they sent over one of their Glowy Super Gels liquid highlighter illuminating fluid type of product, which I already have this one, really enjoy it, so happy to have another one. So the official name of this product is the Saie Beauty Glowy Super Skin Weightless Hydro Bounce Serum Foundation. It does retail for $40, and we do get 30 milliliters of product or 1 fluid ounce of product. It also comes in 36 shades, and the shades that they sent over were shades 19 and 21. So shade 19 is described as medium to medium tan skin with golden undertones, and then shade 21 is described for medium to medium tan with golden undertones as well. So I'll do swatch comparisons so you can see what these 2 shades look like on my face. And I did go with shade 19 for my overall final shade. I felt like shade 21 was just slightly deeper, and so I went with shade 19. But I honestly will wear shade 21 in the summertime when I get a little bit of a tan. So I think I could honestly work with both shades right now if I wanted to, but I will go with shade 19 for this demonstration here. So what's really interesting about this foundation is that it is formulated with 85% skincare serum, 15% weightless pigment, 100% your best skin ever. So it says our lightweight and luminous serum foundation provides true to skin, medium buildable coverage, and is packed with clinically tested skincare ingredients for visibly hydrated, plump, and brighter skin. It says that the formula is breathable. It contains their proprietary Hydro Bounce complex for skin improving benefits and weightless pigment that will blend with the skin's outermost barrier for that freshly applied look all day. So some of the ingredients that will be in this particular formulation, there's marshmallow extract. We also have Indian gooseberry extract, and then there's additional vitamins and minerals. Saie Beauty is a clean brand at Sephora, so it's not going to have any type of excessive toxins in it. There is no fragrance with this formulation, and I'm looking in the ingredients. There's also no dimethicone or any ingredients like that. So I would definitely say, based off what I can see, this definitely is going to be one of those skincare based serum foundations. Okay, so applying this onto the skin, as soon as I saw that this was formulated with primarily skincare, and it was actually also recommended when I looked at the how to use portion of the info section of this foundation, it actually suggested that you either use very, very minimal skincare before using this foundation, or you literally just go in with the foundation after washing your face. So I've done both. The first time I wore this foundation, I put on my regular skincare, which I use as ceramide. I use sometimes vitamin C. I'll go in with the moisturizer, eye cream, all the stuff, and sunscreen, okay? Just to give you an idea of what I use. And I saw the formulation, and I got this tip from a pro makeup artist that sometimes when foundations are very thin in their formula, because this foundation is pretty thin. I'll do a live swatch so you can see. And you can see that it's actively running down my hand. So I would say that this is a pretty thin formula. She said to take the foundation and literally kind of like slap it into the skin, like pat it into the skin. It also said with the serum foundation that you could use your hand. So the first demonstration that you saw, I am literally like slapping it, not literally slapping, but like tapping it into the skin with my hand to apply it to the skin. And I actually think that is a useful technique for applying this foundation. I do think I got the most coverage with just patting it into the skin, and it actually blended fairly okay. It did take a little bit of time, so if I were in a rush, I wouldn't use that method, because I would definitely not suggest swiping and or blending it this way. It's actually not recommended to do that. And if you think about it, if you are putting on your skincare, you're either gonna really like press it into the skin, or you're gonna tap it into the skin. And you know, if it's like a moisturizer, you probably will slather like that. But this particular product, you really want to press it into the skin. So either tapping it like this with your hand, or pressing it in like I did with the brush. I think using my hand method applied it to the skin quite nicely. And as you can see, the glow is real. And this is a very, very serum, dewy, luminous foundation for sure. So then I went on to apply it with their new brush. This is the Saie Beauty, the base brush. And it's a cruelty-free foundation brush made with ultra-soft synthetic bristles, and has a unique surface that disperses product seamlessly without wasting it. And so I took the foundation, I did apply it onto my face first, and then I pressed it in with the foundation brush. And I will say, this blended the foundation in really nicely. And when I looked at the hairs of the brush afterwards, I didn't really see a lot of foundation in it at all, which I found quite impressive. So I do like this foundation brush. A lot of times I don't like brushes that are not made from brands that I really like, because sometimes I think brands will just kind of throw in a foundation brush to go with a new foundation. But I actually really do like this one, and I've used it a few times, and I really enjoy applying my foundation with it. So looking at both sides of my face after applying the serum with my hand compared to the brush, I do think that we got more coverage on the side that we used just our hand, which makes sense. My hand is not soaking up any product at all. And even though this brush didn't have a lot of product on it, there's still gonna be some product soaked into the bristles of the brush. But I do think both sides looked really beautiful at the end of the application. And I was just like, okay. So like I said, I've worn this foundation now for about this might be my 5th time wearing this foundation. And I will say I really enjoy the foundation. How to the ever. This is dewy. This is luminous. So I let this foundation sit on my face today for a strong 20 minutes before I set it. And as you can see, it was still very dewy, very luminous. So I would recommend this particular foundation definitely for people who have very dry skin, because today when I applied the foundation, I had no product on my face. Actually, I take that back. The only thing I put on my face was my sunscreen. I used the K-Skin face lotion, SPF 45, okay? I just applied that to the face after washing it. I didn't even put on eye cream, because I was like, I really want to see how does this apply, and can you at least do a little bit of product? So today when I put on the foundation, I had no peeling of the foundation, and I was like, okay, cool. I definitely would recommend putting like literally just your SPF on, then applying this, because it really likes to just be on its own. When I first applied this foundation, and I'll insert a clip here where you can see it. When I first applied it, when I had applied all of my normal skincare products on my face, you could see it peeling up. I mean, and it was peeling and peeling and peeling. And I was like, okay, so we really just need to put you on the face, and that's about it. Like I said, I put my SPF on because we need to be putting our SPF on, but it didn't peel up today. It blended really nicely, and I was like, cool. And I did bring it up closer to the eye area because I didn't put my eye cream on. And before I put this on my face did feel tight because I just had SPF on, and that's usually not enough for my skin. My face does not feel tight now. I do feel like my face feels nice and hydrated. So I would agree that this formula is hydrating as well. Now, depending on your skin type, if you're like, I've got Sahara Desert skin, I probably would put on a little bit of something before going in with this. Just not a lot, because it will peel. And I have witnessed this multiple times this week and wearing this foundation, it's going to peel if you put too many skincare products underneath it. And it actually says that on their website. Just don't do it. It's got so much skincare in it that it's just going to be a little bit too much all at one time. Like I said, I really enjoy this foundation and I like the way it looks on the skin. I would say this foundation is honestly pretty long lasting. So this has gotten me very comfortably through a work day, and even when it has started to fade a little bit, I would say this gives me a good solid like 8 to 9 hours worth of wear. And the last time I wore this foundation, it was actually yesterday. I actually wore it without setting it at all. I just put on the foundation, I put on some concealer, and I just went about my day with it. And like a good 7 or 8 hours of wear later, it still was on my face without setting it. So I would also say that this formula is pretty long lasting. Now, I did go in and set my face today because I am gonna be wearing this face for a very long time today. And two, I wanted to make sure that the products I put on top were not gonna be combating with it, because this is a very dewy, luminous product. I will give it to it. It is dewy and luminous. This is not one of those foundations, in my opinion, that I would say even if you do have dry skin, I would recommend wearing without setting, unless like that's just how you roll and you know that the products that you're going to put on top are not going to fight with it. I do feel like the base would be really sticky without setting it, so I would suggest setting it. So today I went in with my Evolution powder, which is like a tried and true powder for me at this point, shade 01, and I did apply that all over the face. And as you can see, I've only been wearing this foundation now for about an hour. I mean, and you can still see some very beautiful luminosity coming through. So I would say that if you have oily skin, I don't know if this is going to be the product for you, because it is so luminous and it is so dewy. Now, I would recommend this though. If you're like, Chelsea, I really want to try this foundation, but I do have more oily skin, combination skin, and like, I don't know if it's going to work for me, because this is what I will probably do moving forward. Get your little Universal Balm Powder by Danessa Myricks, and I would mix in a little bit of this balm powder with the Saie Beauty Serum Foundation. That way, you're going to have more oil control throughout the day, and you could still get the benefits of this hydrating formula, this luminous formula. And this, like I said, it may not work for everybody. Like, you could look at this and be like, I got oily skin, I ain't even trying to mess with that. Totally fine. But like, especially if I wanted to wear this in the summer where I'm gonna be sweating and I really want this to last more, I think mixing it with the balm powder is going to be phenomenal, because that's actually what I do with my more dewy foundations when I want them to wear longer and look better on the skin the longer I'm wearing them. So that would be my recommendation moving forward if you're someone that's like, I really want to try this serum foundation, but I also know that like my skin might just eat this up because I do produce more oils. I have more normal light skin, so for me, the breakdown of this foundation is not going to occur really fast at all, and as long as I set my face, then I'm pretty good to go. But that is my recommendation if you do have more oily skin, but you do want to try this formulation, because I think you could really make it work with that combination. Now, looking up close, let's get in a little close. Looking up close, I think this looks really beautiful on the skin. And I would say that if you do have pores, go in with your like a pore filling primer, or use like a pore filling kind of mattifying powder if that's something that you want to address. This is not claiming to, you know, diminish the pores or anything like that. And truthfully, I don't want to say it can't, but it doesn't have anything in it that would address your pores. However, I do think this does lay really nicely over texture, because I do have texture around this area of my face, and I don't feel like this is overly accentuating the texture. I would also agree that this has really solid, good, medium, buildable coverage. And I overall really like this serum foundation. I do see a little bit of settling right here in my smile line, but nothing that I feel is like overly dramatic, because I always do get settling in that fine line. But so far, I think this is a really beautiful foundation. And I think that if you are someone who's looking for a nice, beautiful, really solid skincare-based serum foundation, then I would definitely check this out. So today is going to be a very hectic day for me. It probably wasn't the best day to do a foundation review, but I'm not going to be able to show you live what this foundation looks like at the end of the day because I'm not going to have time. However, I will insert footage so you can see what this is looking like, and that way you'll have a better idea as to how it looks. But what I can tell you is that at the end of the day, I am going to be looking more dewy, especially like right along this area of my face, because if I am going to produce oils, that's where I'm going to produce it. And like I said, I feel like this foundation is going to be geared more toward people who have normal to drier skin. Maybe combination skin, depending on how you like for your face to look at the end of the day. But if you're not someone who likes that luminous kind of dewy look at the end of the day, or really at all at any point of the day, then I would steer clear of this foundation. It's not going to be the one for you. But I would say if you have that more normal to dry skin, I think you would really love this formulation because it is so hydrating, and you're getting the benefit of having some coverage with it and a hydrating formula. So I really do like this foundation. I've enjoyed wearing it this week. I would definitely be picking this foundation up even more because I think it's really, really beautiful. I was thinking about this foundation and I was like, should I compare it to Danessa Myricks Serum Foundation? Would y'all like to see a showdown of this? Because I feel like this could be a good comparison. So let me know down in the comment section below if you do want to see that comparison. Also looking at the shade range looks like it's pretty okay. We do have a lot of tones in that lighter to medium category. So I would say if you can, maybe go in store. This is sold at Sephora and it is available now. So I'll have a link in the D box so that you can check it out, so that if it's not in your local Sephora, then you can then order it online. But I would say check this one out. This one is really beautiful. I have really enjoyed it, and I do recommend it. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think of this foundation? Are you interested in this foundation? Leave all of that in the comment section below. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.